Hi, I'm Jackie Allison, past chair of the Management and Economic Society of CIM, that's MES, and I'm conducting a mentor interview today with Bipasha Biswas, and I'd like to welcome her here. Hi, Bipasha, how are you?
Hi. Hi, Jackie. I'm fine. How are you?
Great. I'm very well, thanks, and it's a pleasure to have you here. So, as you know, we conduct these interviews so that students, young professionals, anyone in the industry can get to know some of the other industry professionals and students who are waiting to enter the industry and just get to know them a bit better, learn about their journey and where they are now and what they're doing. So today, it's our opportunity to get to know you better. So maybe you could start off telling us a little bit about your background, some of your education and basically what got you to where you are today. So over to you.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Yeah, I'm Bipasha Biswas. I'm from India, and I have started my graduation in Bachelor of Engineering in Mining Engineering on 2015 from Indian Institute of Engineering Science and Technology. After that, I'm having 7 years of work experience in Indian mining industry. Then I felt that I was mainly in operations, so I felt that I need exposure to world mining industry, and as well as I saw that in UBC there is a program, Master of Engineering in Mining Engineering, and it's having specialization in mine economics and finance. That really attracts me a lot. So I tried to get admission in UBC, and luckily I got it in 2022. And now I'm here. I just completed one of my term in UBC, and now I am working as a co-op student in Teck Resources Limited.
Okay, wonderful. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the program itself? So that was a bit of a change for you. You started off in operations, you've got some experience there, and then you were intrigued with the other side of the business, the finance and economic side of the mining industry. So tell us a little bit about your program, and then we can tie that into what you're doing today.
Yeah, in my first term in UBC, I took engineering economics and financial accounting subjects. So that helps me to understand the current market of mining industry now. And luckily I got the co-op in Teck Resources Limited, so and long range planning at fording river operations, and I got opportunity to apply whatever I learned in UBC in engineering economics and financial accounting to apply here in long range planning, because I am involved in cost model preparation for long range. So, it's all about how to calculate the NPV for overall period of the mines. The mine will be here for 2064. So I was involved to calculate how the NPV looks like for the life of
Mm-hmm.
mine. So it's
Mm-hmm.
really interesting for me to gain some knowledge from university and apply it in field.
Mm-hmm.
So that.
Okay, so tell us about what your normal average day would look like. You've talked about long range planning and modeling. For someone who doesn't know what that is, or who's never worked in it, and is for hearing maybe the term long range planning for the first time, what does that entail?
Yeah, it's a very high level because it's long term plan. You can't predict like for a long term in terms of finance and economics. It's really hard. So it's really high level, and obviously it's strategic in nature. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, we did a risk analysis and financial. We tried to find how we can improve our financial opportunities for future. So that's the way we analyzed it and put it into our cost model to see how it looks like. And
Mm-hmm.
after that, it goes to business planning department, because we are putting all the capitals, all the opex and capex there, so it can help them to decide how they can run the business.
Okay, so you're focused a lot on cost then, it sounds like. Are you modeling revenues as well?
Exactly, but
Uh-huh.
it's before tax.
Yes, yes, yes. So you would
Because
be
the
interested in the metal markets as you described earlier. It's learning all about how those function and what impact they have on the company year to year.
yeah,
So that's yeah. So that is a challenge getting those forecasts right. So you do some sensitivity analysis around that as well,
yeah, yeah.
risk management.
Yeah, we used to do it, but basically, it's a long-term plan which is provided by the engineering team. I am working on behalf of the engineering team. So
Hmm.
there are two teams who worked in that LOM. One is engineering team, the other one is BPG group, like business planning group. So we used to put our input for mine planning and equipment selection, equipment planning, and also our capital investment for the long term, like for the over the mine life of mine. So after that, the like we used to get the NPV for and the revenue. So like after that, the BPG planning used to do the sensitivity analysis for that.
Okay, wonderful. So how are you finding that all of this work? It's a pretty full day, I'm sure, and are you able to find that you can balance your life between work and all the other things you want to do?
Obviously, tech is super friendly. Like, I really feel I want to share one thing to you in that interview, that like when I was in India, it was really hard for me to like create a work life balance there. But here in Canada, and especially in tech, I feel super super like super comfortable here, because we are having 5 days in a week, and the other week will be the 4 days. So that I
Okay,
am having plenty of time. Yeah, and
well, that's
also,
wonderful.
yeah, yeah, I
Were
really
you
enjoy.
going? Yep, that's good. So you're finding that the company itself is quite supportive of its employees, including the co-op students, to make sure that you find that right balance, which is obviously important for a sustained, sustainability of when you think about your own path and what you want to do. I think one of the challenges that we hear from time to time is that there aren't enough women in industry. There aren't, they're not bringing them in. They're not attracting them to the industry, and then they're not progressing them through the industry in the way that would help to keep them there. So we're losing females as well as time goes by. Even if they do come in, they may not stay for the long term.
Mhm.
How are you finding? Is there, are you finding the company supportive of you as a female? Do they Are they conscious of this issue in industry? Do you sense that at all
I
at the
really,
workplace?
yeah, I really sense it well, because my boss is also female. Vicky
Hmm.
is based on her, and I really admire her because she is the lead in race department. Because I forgot to tell you, I'm working both long range plus race. Race is a digital and innovation department in Teck Resources Limited.
Okay.
So, so in race, my boss is Vicky. So she's the lead, so you can sense it from that, like how
Okay.
Tech is um,
Yeah.
like is concerned about the issue. Yeah.
Right. No, that's great when you have someone that you can look up to. See what
Mm.
women in leadership roles. It does give you something to look forward to and
Yeah.
to see in action, which is very encouraging. That's great to hear. So, as part of that, I guess work life, do you find that you're able to get out and do your own hobbies or and volunteer? Do you have time for anything like that?
Yes, really, because I have already joined Tech student community, and
Hmm.
I am trying to like participate in some events, and also I uh, booked in the event as a organizer. So
Hmm.
they're giving us so much opportunities as a student
Yeah,
here
yeah.
in.
How would that have compared to then? The roles that you were in India. Was it that it was just work all the time, and there really wasn't this, time to do these other things, or was that just the difference that you see?
Yeah, that's the main difference I
Hmm.
have seen here as compared to India. When I was in India, I was totally involved only in work,
Right.
because I told you there's no as such work-life balance there.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I really appreciate that, and I'm really enjoying here too, because I'm a person who always likes to do some volunteer works, to engage myself in my interest or hobbies that I like.
Mm-hmm.
So I am super happy there and comfortable
That's
in
wonderful.
that aspect.
What about any significant moments that you would say so far that you've gone through? Anything you'd like to highlight to those who might be thinking about coming into the industry or who are maybe already there and just watching this interview?
Yeah, I want to tell one of the story of mine. When I had I graduated on 2015, and after that 7 years of experience, I was so established in India. I was working
Mm-hmm.
as a senior manager in Tata Steel Limited. Tata Steel is a huge company all over the world. So I was so established, but at that point, I took the decision to come over here in Canada and to take admission in UBC because I was so curious about learning. And also at that time, I wanted to know how the mining market is working all over the world. So I took the decision, and I'm married. My husband supported me. So, and I come here and I feel like I'm learning every day, every single
Mm-hmm.
day I'm learning. Uh, at the beginning it was very tough for me to get accustomed to the terminology of my economics and finance. There are a lot of terminologies. So uh, at beginning it was really tough for me, but day by day, with the help of my professor like Carlos, like Scott from financial
Right.
accounting, they helped me to understand like how I can uh, gain knowledge on the terminologies, like to see
Right.
different type of news channels like CNBC,
Mm-hmm.
Bloomberg.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
every day I used to see it, and Tech is also going to the separation, like
Right.
it's banned now, but they were trying to go the spin off,
Mm-hmm.
but on April 26th there was a voting, but they canceled it.
They canceled their last minute,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, last,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah. So before the this transition period helped me to learn about a lot of financial terminology.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's another world in many ways. It's that
Yeah,
mix, though, that makes it really quite unique and interesting, is bringing the mining along together
yeah,
with the economics, finance, and management, which is, again, one of the focuses of our group. It's entirely what we're focused on, in fact. And it's a big area. So but yeah, there's a lot of new terms you have to learn. You have to understand the concepts and how they apply in this particular industry. So it's quite a journey there. So you've spoken about a few challenges.
mhm,
We've actually talked about work-life balance, which you say is great right now, and that's wonderful to hear and probably quite
mhm,
encouraging for others who are looking at this industry. You've talked
mhm,
about relocating, and
mhm.
you were settled, and then you uprooted yourself, and you came to have this opportunity to learn and have a new experience in another country, but in a field that will offer you a lot going forward. So, where are you hoping this will take you ultimately?
Yeah, that's other aspect. I want to share yesterday experience of mine.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a hiking here in
Okay.
Alford. So I am a very ambitious person. I always want to be the top of my career. So I learned that yesterday when I was climbing up. My mind was saying, "You can't do that." Like my lungs was saying, "You can't do that." But my mind was saying to me continuously, "I can do it, I can do it."
Mm-hmm.
And uh, and some of my friends were there, and two of my friends was ahead of me. They said, "Bipasha, we are very close to the peak point, please come." So that uh, words helped me to see, oh wow, I'm very near to it, I'm very near to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So as an ambitious person, like I always want to be the top of my career. So I felt that I need some friends and also the mentor who can tell me after a certain period, Vipasha, you're very near uh, to your
Your goal.
ambition.
You're
So,
right.
yeah,
Mhm.
near to your goal. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, that's very important. And I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, having people you can talk to in the industry, friends, supportive family, anyone who can help you, get that right perspective. And I mean, sometimes it's a long journey, a lot of years spent as a student, the
Mhm.
change, lots of things that can be quite challenging for people, especially if they're coming from a different country, not just a different province, say here in Canada, but yeah, someone who helps you to remember that you're on a path. You made the right decision to start with, and they see it through, persevere, and at the end of
Mhm.
it, there'll be all sorts of great opportunities. It's a fantastic industry to work with, lots of wonderful things, lots of challenges, and we're here to be part of that solution. So.
Mhm.
Um, I think that's wonderful. That's a great a point to I think wrap up on, and just to remember that there are people out there who can help you. We do these interviews, because not everyone can sit down with someone that easily. Certainly during COVID, it was difficult. Now people are in
Mhm.
different locations, but it's a way to get to know others in the industry, listen to what they're facing, how are they overcoming their issues, what are they doing that helps them to remember they're on the right path and to stick with it. And at the end of it, as we say, there's so much opportunity. But I do want to wish you well, and thank you for taking the time to speak to us about what your journey has been to date, and to give us an idea of what might be coming. But wonderful to speak with you today, and thanks so much. Any final word you'd like to say before we wrap up?
Yeah, I want to thank you and thanks. I'm very grateful to CIMMES because you provided me this opportunity to talk. It also acts like the friend who was ahead of me and telling you were very near to it. So thank you so
Oh
much.
no,
I felt
pleasure.
like that way to you. Yeah.
And then
Thank
thanks to Carlos, our current chair, Carlos da Costa, for introducing us. And
you.
it's a pleasure. As I say, there are lots of supported people in the industry who've been here for a while, went through
Yeah.
their own journey to get where they are, and understand. Yes, everyone's journey is an individual one, and there are differences. But yes, there are a lot of us here who are available to talk to you if it helps. And pleasure to have heard about you and gotten to know you today. So thanks again for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you so much.